Route 119, Homer City, and online at LutherFordHomerCity.com.
12 minutes after 9 o'clock, it is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. You can join us on Facebook Live to listen to IUP head men's basketball coach Joe Lombardi. Joins us with Jack Benedict. Morning, Coach.
Good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you here.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here. Still relevant in March. That's a good thing.
Still in action, and the guys are playing still inside instead of out on the asphalt courts, right?
Absolutely.
You bet it is. Well, good to have Coach Joe Lombardi with us today as we get ready for the big tournament this coming weekend at the KCAC with IUP hosting. And this is something you shoot for. You know, it's an exciting time. We always like to be playing in March, don't we? And how are things going? I'm sure it's pretty hectic for you getting ready for the first game here and for the tournament in general.
Well, Jack, it'll get busy, but not as hectic as one might think. All right, there's a little bit of time. You really can't practice a whole lot this time of the year. The guys, we have some guys banged up. Malik's toe, Dante hurt his knee a little bit, and Armani's there. Armani's dealing with his shin splint still. So. So practices haven't been a lot and haven't been long, and you're just trying to stay sharp, I guess, right now this time of the year, and looking forward to the weekend coming up. Students aren't in school right now, so it's a little quiet on campus, but really pleased and feel very fortunate to host this tournament. It's not something that just is given to you. Okay, there's 44 teams in our region, and you have to be the best team in that region through the course of the year. Your body of work has to play out. We're not necessarily the best team in the region, but our body of work has us doing the most. Put it that way. We're 7-1 against the top 8 teams in the region, and these guys have earned this opportunity and to host this region. And I hope it becomes a home court advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not a home court advantage just because you're used to the rims, Jack. That doesn't give you any points. I look up at the scoreboard every time we play at home, and it still says 0-0. Exactly. So that's not an advantage. What makes it an advantage is if you can get the place filled and get people excited about it and the crowd engaged, and then maybe that can influence the impact of the game. That type of stuff provides oxygen to our players, and the more oxygen they have, I've learned over 40 years of coaching, the better they play at times.
Yeah, exactly. What a year it's been. You won the division again. You took down the PSAC championship, second in the country, 29-2. We know everybody goes in 0-0. But you've said all along that this team, these guys really play for each other, and that's been a big part of your success.
Yes, it has. You try to get every team to connect. Sometimes it's harder than others. Sometimes it comes a little more natural. These guys, it's been natural. They understand their roles. They truly care about each other, and they play from the heart. So not just the mind. The mind is when you play for yourself. The heart's when you play for your teammates, your brothers in the program.
You've beaten Westchester twice. That's your opponent on Saturday, the opening game. We know those things don't mean anything at all. And, looking at the stats and just the matchups in the last two, you've played strong second halves in both those games. Is there any particular reason? It was close. First game was like 1 point. Second game was 2 points, I think, at the half. And then you came out strong in the second half.
There's nothing I can really pinpoint, Jack, other than our team in general. I think has been a better second half team all year long. We have and sometimes it could be one or two guys that impact that. We have a couple guys that maybe don't have trouble getting comfortable on the offensive end in the first half, and in the second half once they get a chance to breathe and relax a little bit, the game comes a little bit easier. Or game slows down some in the second half for a few individuals, not all of them.
We know one thing you have to do against Westchester, and that's rebound, don't you?
My goodness.
They go to the boards.
They're the best rebounding team in the country, and they're big, they're physical. That's their strength. That's literally their strength, and figuratively also. Okay, in their program. So that's got to be the number one thing. And we didn't. A big part of this tournament, the whole tournament. We're actually in a small 4-team tournament. Okay, if you win that, then you get to play a single game on Tuesday. But that's the way we're looking at it. And Fairmont and Mercyhurst and them, we have to be a better rebounding team. We worked on that yesterday. There's a fine line as a coach on how much physicality and grind do you want to have them go through, and because you certainly don't want to get injured leading up to the game, and that's always a concern this type of the year. But we do have to develop. You also have to develop a mindset in practice that we're going to match the physicality, and then you have to work on your techniques and being lower. The lower you are boxing out for rebounds, the stronger you are. Just certain habits you can still build and get better at in this short week.
For the people I call, and I say this affectionately, the basketball junkies, this is a treat, because I look at these teams. Virginia State, of course, you played them. We know they're athletic. You beat them early in the Notre Dame, Ohio. We haven't seen. I'm sure you've seen them all because you've been videoed. They got a great player. West Liberty, we know they score 100 points a game. East Stroudsburg with their pressing defense. We're familiar with Mercyhurst. You've beaten Fairmont State. I mean, it's a little bit of everything in this tournament. Absolutely.
And then, for years, we hosted back in 2010, but that was in the field house. So we haven't had the opportunity to showcase the KCAC. And for years, people say, boy, it'd be nice to have a regional. There's a lot of people that have been writing the script. They knew back in November we were going to host the regional, okay? So I'm shocked by how smart they were.
I didn't.
But they've written other scripts, too, that haven't really worked out. So, I mean, if you throw enough against the wall, some of it will stick. But no, we feel fortunate. Indiana's a great community. We love the fact that we can give something back, some form of entertainment, some form of and represent the school, the great institution that we have in this small way, and just provide a weekend of great basketball and entertainment before spring truly gets here.
Yeah, you got it. Todd, do you have something?
I do, and it gets away from the regional itself, because watching the guys over the weekend was great, especially as the women were playing and we were watching them on the board, and then the guys' game started finally. Coach, I noticed looking at the guys from a distance that there have been some guys that they've lost some weight through the course of this season. Nutrition has to be something that you pay attention to all the time. Yeah, maybe you don't see it because you're with them every day.
You weren't looking at the coaches, Todd.
Yeah, well, there was one in particular, but keeping these guys fed, they're running all the time and getting the proper nutrition, the proper rest. That has to be a whole part of this formula when you get to this time of the year.
Well, yeah, to a certain degree. We don't have the luxury to have when I was at Pitt, we had training table and you could control what they eat. They have their meal passes, and if they want to go swipe and eat Chick-fil-A every night, that's what they do. I can't, we don't police that. But some of them play better when they eat McDonald's, okay, than a salad and the vegetables. But they've eaten well this week. Through the kindness of some supporters and donors, we've been able to go out and have a few nice dinners, and so that I almost feel like they've been getting fatted up a little bit. Like they're going to slaughter. A lot of things come into play. Yeah. And when you play against Westchester, everybody looks a little bit thinner. Okay, all right. So because they're just so big physically in every position. So maybe it's that's the comparison that you notice.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Do the guys lose weight over the course of a season, and
sure.
Do you have to monitor that?
Well, they do lose it, but we don't. We don't do a whole lot with monitoring. You just try to. Get some guys. Some guys have to, stay in the weight room a little more, and they know they have, they're pretty good with their bodies.
Yeah, enough incentive this year that energy isn't going to be a problem this weekend.
Well, hopefully it's not. If you get the atmosphere that we're hoping for in there. That like I said, that provides a lot of oxygen and that provides energy, and so we're really we're hoping he can make a difference, because we're probably not good enough to win it on our own. So we're going to need the 6-man, Todd, and we're going to if we have a 6-man with us, then I think we are good enough to have some success this weekend.
There you go.
Coach Joe Lombardi with us here. I know the close association you have with your players because I've seen it. Players that have gone on, they contact you, and that's great. That's the Hawk family, what you call. You got some seniors here, including your son. That makes it a little extra special. I know you've had some emotional moments here as of late, but it certainly would be nice to play right through the month, wouldn't it?
There goes Jeff. Give him a pen. He's writing this script again, okay? We've been just blessed with so many high moments this year. Myself, personally, just feel very, feel a heart of gratitude towards all the good things that have come our way as a team. We'd like to have more, moments and enjoy more moments like that. It is going to, playing in 2 national championship games, the thing you realize at that game as a coach, when you go through whatever the family of young men that you have, you go through something for 7 months and it ends, and it's there's a lot of emotion packed into those 7 months, which is the beauty of sport. But when you play in that game, you know that this is it, win or lose. You don't have another practice, you don't have another meeting with this group of young men. So it's a little bit bittersweet going into this whole thing because eventually, whether it's this weekend or whether it's down the road, there's a conclusion to it. So and this is this is a group that's given a lot. So I'm glad they were able to get to KCAC and now we're playing with a little bit of house money for a standpoint of that this team's made its mark. And I told him the other day, we went in the locker room afterwards, I says, you get a trophy's nice, but the big thing is now you guys get a ring, okay? Because this group hadn't gotten a ring. Haven't won we won regular season championships, but some people may give out rings for that, but we haven't established that tradition. It's got to be a the conference tournament or a regional championship, and so they have something to take with them for a long time, and hopefully the ring gets a little bigger over the next 2 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you what a year for the men's and women's team when you combine the records, the milestones by each of the coaches, by you, by Coach McConnell, by the ladies that had their milestones, Kobo and Dante for the men. I mean, it's a memorable year, and the best thing is, it's still going.
Yeah.
And
and your milestone, Jack, what you've been doing this 100 years? No, I'm sorry, 50 years though. 50 years to Jack, and Dick Rote's retiring down at Pitt, and you got some iconic broadcasters, and that have been there for a long time with even Ray Goss over at Duquesne for a long time, but Bill Hillgrove has been in it. But we're fortunate to have our own Bill Hillgrove here in Indiana and you, Jack, and it's been a great run for you also, and with many years to go.
Are you telling me something? Is there something I don't know?
Yeah, the guy that talked to Dick Rote, he wants to have lunch with you today. Okay?
In other words, be prepared, huh? One of the, and I know we're gonna run out of time here, but one of the treasured pictures I have is a banquet that was held here a few years ago, and it's of Bill Hillgrove and Ray Goss and myself. And you got about 150 years with the three of us there. So
you know what?
It's a treasure trove.
The Watts, if they use, is that the word Watts on the radio station? Maybe there's not as many here, Jack, but that doesn't mean you're not. You stand up toe to toe with those guys. Without a doubt, any day of the week.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I'll see you Saturday. And good luck to you.
Okay, Jack. Have a great day. Thank you, Todd.
My pleasure.
Can't ask for anything else with 4 games starting it out, and with this tournament, it'll be great.
Box office opens 10 o'clock this morning.
Box office is open. You can go online, get your tickets.
In good shape. Thanks.